This video presents a simulated forensic investigation interview relating to the One Malaysia Development Berhad or 1MDB scandal. The case involves allegations of fund misappropriation, money laundering, and abuse of authority. The purpose of this simulation is to demonstrate forensic interview technique, ethical issues, and investigative challenges faced by forensic accountants.
Good morning. This interview is conducted as part of an ongoing forensic investigation. So, please state your role at 1MDB for the record.
All right. Good morning, sir. I was a senior finance officer at YMDB. My responsibility was to process payments and ensure transaction complied with internal procedures approved by the management.
Okay, as senior finance officer, you were directly involved in authorizing and processing large fund transfers, correct?
I process transaction based on instruction received. Final decision will not made by me.
Okay, we are referring to several transfers between 2012 and also 2014 involving billions of ringgits sent to overseas entities. And can you explain the business purpose of these transfers?
About that, those transfers were related to investment and joint ventures. YMDB was a government-linked company, so these decisions were already vetted at a higher level.
Our analysis showed that some recipient entities were offshore companies with no clear business operation. Did you perform any due diligence on these entities?
As far as I'm concerned, due diligence was handled by external advisors and management. I rely on the documents provided to me.
Okay, professional standards require finance officers to exercise professional skepticism. Okay, now, were there any red flags that you have noticed?
I mean, in large organization, it is normal to deal with complex structures. Complexity alone does not mean wrongdoing, no?
One transaction involved 681 million US dollar transferred to a personal bank account. Do you consider that a normal corporate transaction?
I was informed it was a donation. The explanation came from senior management and supporting documents were provided.
Did you verify the authenticity of those documents?
To be fair, it was not my place to challenge instruction from top management. Doing so could have serious consequences for my career.
So, you prioritize obedience over ethical responsibility.
I prioritize following the established chain of command. That is how organization function.
At this stage of the investigation, information from a whistleblower provided critical insight into internal practices.
I work in finance department and noticed repeated instructions to process payments urgently without proper documentation.
Were concerns raised internally?
Yes, but staff were discouraged from asking questions. We were told the transaction was sensitive and approved at the highest level.
Did you suspect intentional concealment?
Yes, funds were routed through multiple layers of offshore companies, and this made tracing the money extremely difficult.
The whistleblower's testimony indicates deliberate attempts to bypass controls. How do you respond?
I disagree with the interpretation. Finance staff followed procedures given to us. If controls failed, it was a system issue, not an individual one.
As a senior officer, you had influence and responsibility. Did you ever refuse to process a transaction?
To me, refusing instruction from superior was not realistic. The organizational culture did not support that.
Our investigation uncovered evidence of money laundering and abuse of power. Funds were misappropriated through complex financial structures.
What weaknesses were identified?
There was a poor governance, lack of independent oversight, and excessive reliance on verbal instruction from top management.
Would these weaknesses allow fraud to occur?
Yes, when combined with fear-based organizational culture and weak internal controls, fraud can occur on a massive scale.
Were there any financial or operational red flags that should have prompted earlier intervention?
Yes, the persistent operating losses, increasing debt levels, and transactions that lack clear economic substance were significant warning sign of fraud.
In light of the evidence presented, including transaction records and witness testimonies, do you still deny any personal responsibility in these matters?
I maintain that my actions were confined to the scope of my designated duties. All transactions were processed based on approvals and instructions issued by higher authorities within the organizations.
This case is this case illustrates that when individuals choose compliance over professional judgment, such action may indirectly facilitate financial misconduct.
The 1MDB case illustrates how failures in governance, ethical leadership, and professional accountability can enable large-scale fraud. It reinforces the importance of forensic accountants, whistleblowers, and enforcement agencies in protecting public funds and maintaining trust in financial systems.